Getting older doesn't mean you have to give up on protecting yourself. Actually, some gun makers seem to finally get it. They're building firearms that let you stay safe without your hands paying the price later. Maybe you've noticed something lately. That slide doesn't rack as smoothly as it used to. Recoil hits a little harder than you remember. Your grip strength isn't what it was 10 years ago. If any of that sounds familiar, keep watching. We went deep into this research, expert reviews, actual test data, real feedback from people who carry these guns every single day. What we found were 7 handguns that are still being made right now, and they're genuinely easier for older shooters to handle. These aren't gimmicks or cheap alternatives, they're serious tools designed to keep you confident and protected. Disclaimer, this video is for entertainment and education only. Be sure to comply with local regulations, always handle weapons safely, consult a certified instructor before buying. And this is crucial, seniors should talk to their doctors about physical limitations that may impede their training or firearm use. Better safe than sorry. Number 7. Colt King Cobra Carry. Ever picked up a revolver that just feels solid, like it was built in an era when things were made to last forever? That's exactly what you get with the Colt King Cobra Carry. This thing is a compact powerhouse, stainless steel chambered in .357 Magnum, and it doesn't apologize for having some weight to it. That mass is actually your friend because it soaks up recoil like a sponge. Colt brought back their legendary snake gun series, and they didn't just slap a new name on the old design. They engineered something called the LL2 system. It's a linear leaf mainspring that makes the trigger pull surprisingly smooth. You're looking at about 9 pounds of pressure for double action. For single action, it breaks cleanly at 4 pounds. The heavy frame teams up with the Hogue rubber grip to tame that Magnum kick. Here's a nice bonus, you can also run .38 Special through it for practice sessions that won't beat up your hands. The 3-inch barrel and enclosed ejector rod handle spent casings without drama. Stainless construction means rust isn't going to be your enemy. Now, nothing's perfect. This revolver is definitely heavier than those lightweight alloy snubbies. Some people find the rear pulling cylinder latch a bit awkward at first. However, if you want a traditional revolver with old school appeal that still packs substantial power without penalizing you, the King Cobra Carry deserves to be ranked 7th. Number 6. Smith & Wesson Model 642 Airweight. Picture this scenario, you need a revolver you can literally drop into your jacket pocket, and you don't want to worry about the hammer catching on anything. That's the Model 642 Airweight in a nutshell. Smith & Wesson built this J-frame with an internal hammer, is completely enclosed, which means a double-action only operation at 0 snag risk. The aluminum frame keeps things light at around 14.6 ounces, while the barrel and cylinder are stainless steel for durability. Capacity is 5 rounds of .38 Special. It'll also handle plus P loads if you need more punch. The whole package measures just 6.3 inches long, making it one of the easiest revolvers to conceal. Let's talk openly about the compromises. Having larger hands can make that small grip feel tight, particularly when using hotter ammunition. The short barrel produces substantial recoil. But here's why it works for seniors: simplicity wins. There's no complicated manual of arms, no slide to rack, no safety levers to remember under stress. You will need to practice with it. The double action trigger takes some getting used to, and those small sights require patience to line up correctly. For close range personal defense, though, this little revolver has earned trust over decades of real world use. Pocket carry, purse carry, ankle holster, the Airweight fits wherever you need it to go. Number 5. Ruger LCRx .38 Special. What happens when you combine modern materials with traditional revolver reliability? Ruger's LCRx is the answer to that question. Old revolvers had a reputation for heavy, gritty triggers that fought you on every shot. Ruger decided that didn't have to be standard anymore. Their frame mixes aluminum and polymer to cut weight without sacrificing strength. The real magic is in the trigger system. A patented cam design delivers one of the smoothest double-action pulls you'll find anywhere. It's legitimately impressive. The X model adds something important: an exposed hammer. That means you can cock it manually for single-action shots when you're taking your time at the range. Much lighter trigger pull that way. Soft rubber grips are kind to hands that might be dealing with arthritis. Chambering options include .38 Special or .327 Federal, both manageable in the recoil department. It's light enough for all-day carry, but has enough weight to handle plus P ammunition. Since it's a revolver, you skip the whole slide racking issue entirely. Reloading does require a bit of finger dexterity, but that's true of any wheel gun. For seniors who want reliability, user-friendly operation, and a trigger that cooperates instead of fighting back, the LCRx lands at number 5. Quick pause if you're enjoying the video, tap that like button and hit subscribe. It really helps us reach more great folks like you. Alright, back to it. Number 4. Walther CCP M2 380 ACP. Small semi-automatic pistols usually come with a catch. They're snappy to shoot and the slides are notoriously difficult to rack. Walther looked at that problem and engineered a different solution. The CCP M2 stands for Concealed Carry Pistol. What makes it special is something called the soft coil gas piston system. When you fire, gas gets vented to slow down the slide's movement. Less felt recoil hits your hands. The slide operation is genuinely smooth. It glides backward without requiring gorilla strength. Chambered in 380 ACP, which is already gentler than 9mm, the whole shooting experience becomes manageable for aging wrists. The grip fills your hand properly without feeling bulky or oversized. One reviewer described it perfectly as a real kitten for hands plagued by arthritis. That's not marketing speak, that's actual user experience. You still get 8 rounds of capacity. There's a manual safety included for people who prefer that extra layer of security. What about downsides? Field stripping requires a special tool, which is annoying. The gun also doesn't come optics ready for red dot sights, but if your priority is a semi-automatic pistol with genuinely low recoil that's still effective for self-defense, the CCP M2 stands out clearly at number 4. Number 3, Smith & Wesson Equalizer. The Shield EZ is beloved by seniors everywhere, but some people wished it held more ammunition. Smith & Wesson was apparently listening because they created the Equalizer. Think of it as the Shield EZ's bigger sibling who went to the gym. It keeps that ultralight slide that made the EZ famous. Magazine capacity jumps significantly to 10, 13, or even 15 rounds depending on which version you choose. It ships optics ready straight from the factory. The slide remains just as easy to rack as the original EZ, and internal hammer design makes the recoil noticeably softer than comparable pistols. There's a grip safety built in, which means the gun physically cannot fire unless you're holding it properly with a full grip. That's excellent design for shooters dealing with reduced hand strength. No worries about accidentally pulling the trigger during holstering or handling. The price point is competitive with other compact pistols in its class. Here's what you sacrifice. The grip is slightly shorter, which might leave part of your hand hanging off the bottom. It's also wider in profile compared to true micro-compact pistols, making concealment a bit more challenging. Still, for seniors who want easy manipulation, higher ammunition capacities, and the option to mount a red dot sight, the Equalizer earns its strong number 3 position. Number 2, Walther PDP F-Series. Walther already had a great pistol with the PDP, then they asked themselves a question: what if we significantly redesign this for people with smaller hands or less grip strength? The F-Series was born from that question. They added what they call super terrain slide serrations. They are cut into wider sections of the slide, giving you much better purchase when you need to rack it. Here's the clever part: a unique 2-piece striker system reduces the force needed to rack the slide by roughly 20%. That might not sound like much on paper, but in actual use, it's immediately noticeable. The grip circumference got slimmed down, trigger reach was shortened, real-world testing with officers and everyday carriers produced consistent feedback. People with smaller hands kept saying the same thing: it just feels easier to shoot. Better fit translates directly into improved confidence. The F-Series holds 15 rounds of 9mm ammunition. It comes optics ready without requiring you to install tall suppressor height sights first. It is larger than a micro-compact, so you'll need to think about how you plan to conceal it. But if you want a modern, fully featured defensive pistol with an easy-to-rack slide and ergonomics that actually work for you, the Walther PDP F-Series is nearly impossible to beat. Number 1, Smith & Wesson Shield EZ. Here's the gun that started a revolution, the pistol that made gun manufacturers realize there was a massive market of shooters being ignored. The Smith & Wesson Shield EZ sits at number 1 for very good reasons. This wasn't a regular pistol with a few modifications slapped on. Smith & Wesson designed it from the ground up specifically for people with reduced hand strength. Every single feature was chosen with that goal in mind. The slide is incredibly light and easy to pull back. That's not exaggeration, that's the actual experience. Magazines come with built-in tabs to help you load rounds without destroying your thumbs. The grip manages to be slim while still being full-sized enough to give you maximum control. It's available in both 9mm and 380 ACP, so you can choose your preferred balance between power and recoil. Everything about this gun prioritizes ease of use, easy to rack slide, easy to load magazines, low recoil shooting characteristics. The larger grip surface area helps absorb recoil and provides confidence for shooters dealing with arthritis. Safety features include both a grip safety and an optional manual thumb safety, depending on your preference. What are the compromises? Magazine capacity is lower than some compact pistols, usually sitting at 8+1 or 9+1. The gun is slightly larger than a true micro pistol, which affects concealment options. But here's the bottom line: nothing beats the Shield EZ for seniors who require a purpose-built defensive pistol that is actually simple to use in all important ways. It is the gold standard. These are your 7 handguns every senior should know about. Remember something crucial here: the best gun is always the one you can confidently operate and shoot accurately. If you're over 60 and you carry one of these, drop your experiences in the comments. If you've got a different favorite that works better for you, we genuinely want to hear about it. We read every single comment. Enjoyed this breakdown? Subscribe to Guns You Can't Live Without and hit that like button. Share this with a friend who might benefit from the information. Stay safe out there, stay informed. We'll see you in the next one.